Hey, good morning, Wellspring Tech team. I hope you guys are doing well. As we move into December and the Christmas season, we're out of the At the Movies series, and so there's some different things. We're kind of going back to our normal setup in a lot of ways for the way services run. And then there's going to be some new things for Christmas as well. So I'm really excited about that. Um, we haven't done a service review in a minute just because of the setup for Christmas and then Thanksgiving break prior to that. So um, I think that this will be a very good service to kind of look at. So this is going to be all of this is from first service yesterday, so the 8:15 service. Um, in the name of the game, the big thing that I wanted to major on today is timing. And so this is going to kind of permeate through the different things and uh, points that I bring up today. And you'll kind of see what I mean as we go through that. So, um, yeah, the very first thing, it comes up in worship here. And if we go to about 10 minutes into service, um, this is the point where we're at the transition between two songs. And if you'll watch the LED wall, the background, and then the lights, you'll see that they're kind of mistimed as far as when one comes in versus the other. I'll hit play, and you'll see the LED wall change a couple seconds before the lights do. So let's watch that real quick.
Those names, if you're thankful for our healer, our provider.
So in service, it's a lot more dramatic than it is on video, but you see the LED wall change to green probably 5, 6 seconds before the lights do. And normally, what I would say in this case is saying, "Hey, lights, make sure that you're keeping up." Yesterday, lights was me, so I'm happy to take that blame. But in this case, I was on comms, and I do know that the background did change before Mike counted us in. And so he counted us in. That's when I changed lights. And because I was also running sound, I didn't look up to know that the background had already changed. Otherwise, I would have just gone ahead and done it. But so CG operators, just pay attention to make sure that your timing is right, that you're paying attention to the cues given by our producer. So that way everybody can switch on time and that there's not this weird dramatic change of background versus lighting in service at different points of time. Um, the next thing as well is also a timing thing. This one's on me. So as the audio engineer front of house yesterday morning, during this transition where Joe Ruggiero is coming up to do our MC moment, we're going to end this song, and you'll notice that you can kind of see him uh, yelling, praising, doing his thing, and you don't hear him for a couple seconds just because I had his microphone muted, and I did not unmute it in time. And thankfully, in this case, it turned out okay. If you watch it, it's really not that big of an issue. Um, but we do want to make sure that that MC mic is muted pretty much as soon as they're ready to come up, as soon as they're on the side stage. Song's getting ready to end, couple seconds before the song ends, mute it or unmute it. Make sure that if they uh, talk over the song or whatever in that moment, that they're able to be heard. So watch this, and you'll see his microphone top right here as he talks. You can't hear him for a couple seconds.
Come on, let's lift a shout to him. Come on, church.
So you can see him kind of praising, yelling there, and you don't hear him until he says, "Come on, church." Thankfully, caught him right at the beginning of that sentence, and so it didn't really feel like a poor transition there, but it easily could have been. And so just make sure that we're paying attention to timing for that kind of thing. The next thing is when we are going here to our uh, beginning of the sermon, April's talking about the holiday schedule. So this screen comes up, it looks like about 43 minutes in. And if I fast forward just a little bit, um, so 40, let's see, 44:55, so 45 minutes in. So entire minutes of the stream where the only thing that someone watching is able to see is the holiday schedule. So this is what was on screen. So keep in mind anything that is on the ME1, the program here, is both on our side screens in the projectors in the auditorium, as well as the only thing someone on the live stream is able to see. And so when she's talking about the schedule here, obviously we want these up on the side screens, but there's an entire 2 minutes where the only thing that somebody watching online can see is this graphic. And so I'm going to cut this real quick and take you to the video director desk so I can show you, as a video director, a way that you can remove the graphic from the side screens without necessarily taking the graphic off of the TV here. And because it's still in the shot, we'll still be able to see it. It's a little bit smaller, obviously, but we don't need the graphic up for the entire 2 minutes, this full big screen situation. So let's go over to the video director desk real quick and I'll show you how to do that. All right, guys. So in ProPresenter here, I've got the holiday schedule slide up, so you can kind of see that is up on the Touch TV and over on the side screens as well. So I'm going to walk over to the video director desk and just show you how to turn that off without removing it from um, the TV entirely. So we're looking at the desk here. You see PP fill, that stands for ProPresenter fill. That's the graphic that's coming from the ProPresenter computer is red, it's live. Camera one is also red and live. I know it's blank, but it's live underneath of that. And so what happens, so when we're looking at this graphic, it's just being overlaid on top of our camera. So what you can do as a video director is if you go over here to your console, you'll see this button here that says DSK1 cut. That stands for downstream key, and that's essentially the graphic that we're overlaying on top of. So if I hit this cut button here, it's just going to take that off. So you see that it's still there on ProPresenter. It's no longer live. It's no longer in our program. Camera one is still live. And then if we go over to the ProPresenter computer again, you'll see that it is still on the Touch TV, still being sent to the side screens, but it's not actually live on the side screens because this is actually what controls that. So if you need to, you are able to remove the ProPresenter graphic, whether that be a graphic or lyrics, from showing up on the screens. And it's as simple as pushing DSK1 cut. You can also push the auto button there and it will fade in and out. I really would only recommend doing this if for whatever reason we have a situation where a graphic is up for a super long time. The only thing is make sure as soon as we switch off of that is that you get this live again because we will miss whatever graphic is supposed to come up next, whether that is lyrics or video or anything like that. All right, and so the last thing I want to talk about here is actually right at the spot as well. So I'm going to hit play, and what you'll notice is we're going from the holiday schedule graphic. So Pastor Joey did ask us to add in the graphic for the Christmas sermon series, Breaking the Silence, and it was added in the wrong place. So that's on me. And there was also a video for Revival Nights that was supposed to play that we did not play during the first service because they just forgot that we had it. And so what you'll see here is that we kind of skipped through a couple slides really quickly. And aesthetically it's not great, so just watch that real quick and then I'll comment on what we want that protocol to be going forward.
Revival nights start on January the 8th, I believe. They are 4 weeks. I think we're doing 4 weeks of revival nights. We'll end.
So you see we skip through Breaking the Silence, skip through the Revival Nights video, and then to this Revival Nights slide here. What I would have preferred is just to go ahead and click this slide for Revival Nights instead of using the arrow keys to kind of tap through those slides there. We don't want to show, especially like if we're going to go out of order for something, like for example, say we're in a song and they skipped over a chorus or whatever. We don't want to just arrow key through a whole bunch of that. We want to click on the actual part of the slide that we're trying to go to. It's going to be less distracting for people both in service and online, and it's just going to look visually more appealing. So when we're jumping around, stuff like that, make sure we're using the mouse, not arrow keys, to kind of tab through that. So, not a super long service review today, guys. I hope that there was some value in it, though. I do want to give a huge shout out to both Abraham and to Sabrina for coming in yesterday and serving last minute. I know it was a last minute request Saturday night, and you guys stepped up, and really really happy to have you guys on our team, able to. Uh, does anybody, all you guys? I mean, I know any of you guys would have been willing to do it, and so when your schedules allow, like it's just great to know that we have a team that's willing to jump in and fill those gaps, especially when other members of our team are hurting. Um, so just really, really grateful to have you guys step up and be willing to serve like that. Hey, I did send a message out as well, but our Christmas party is this Friday, so check WhatsApp. Make sure that you get registered for that in order to just so that we know that you're coming, if you can come. And I just really look forward to seeing you guys there. It's going to be a really great time. So see you guys.